Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more Angry Video Game Nerd, and it's going to be Raid 2020 from the Nintendo Entertainment System. Oh boy, this is going to be totally awesome, because this is going to be a very special episode, because this is going to be episode 176, but that's not why it's special. The reason why it's special is because this game was mentioned in one of his previous Angry Video Game Nerd episodes in Bible Games 2. We got to see this game cover, Raid 2020 for the NES, and I believe the nerd quote is, maybe I'll review that in the year 2020. The irony of that statement, guys. The year is 2020. I mean, if you've been waiting for him to review this game ever since he released that Angry Video Game Nerd episodes Bible Games 2, and here we are today. Absolutely shocking. But yeah, that video was released in like 2008 or 2009, I believe, the Bible Games 2 episode or something like that. And yeah, that must have been like 12 years ago. If you guys have been waiting for Raid 2020 for the NES, you must have been waiting 12 fucking years for this moment. 12 years you have been waiting for this episode. This game be better fucking good. It better be the holy trinity of games. It better be the best fucking Nintendo Entertainment System game ever created. I mean, it's gotta be, right? Raid 2020, it's so futuristic. 2020, I mean, come on. What can go wrong? How could you fuck it up? I don't know what to expect. I've never played Raid 2020. Am I gonna stop saying 2020? No, because it's totally futuristic. But I've never played the game. I've never seen the game. I don't know what to expect. But I have a feeling it's gotta be absolutely god fucking awful. I don't know why, I'm just getting a vibe. Because games try to sound more cooler than they are. And I'm getting this vibe that it's just trying to be cooler than it is. Who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a great game. Maybe it's totally worth the 12 years we've been waiting for this episode. But could be wrong. It could be a great game. Could be bad, who knows. Let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go.
Thanks for watching this episode of Angry Video Game Nerd
Robo
on Raid
Vampire.
2020, which is about stopping crimes in the future. But the real crime is having your unencrypted data being harvested by hackers, governments, and corporations. I recommend using the
A bit
same VPN I
promotional
use
here.
anytime I go on the internet, ExpressVPN, which creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your devices and the internet. It also masks your IP address so you can hide your
I have
location
this.
and browse
It's
anonymously.
really handy.
You can change your location to anywhere you want in the world,
Great
which
for
is
Netflix.
great for unblocking geo-restricted content. For example, I use it to watch Raid Redemption. Unlike the game which the nerd's about to review, Raid Redemption is this awesome action movie. Yeah. Unfortunately, it isn't on Netflix USA, but you can set your location to the UK to watch it. ExpressVPN has blazing
No
fast
problem for me.
speed, so you can stream anything
can
you
watch
want
it.
in HD with zero lag. It's so easy to use. Just click
Yeah.
one button to connect and
So
you can
easy.
watch all the movies and shows you want. At less than $7 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee, it's no wonder why ExpressVPN is the #1 rated VPN in the world by TechRadar, The Verge, Wired, and many more. Take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description.
That's pretty
Head
cool.
to expressvpn.com/cinemassacre.
Man, free is awesome. I'm glad because
Color Dreams was the
Closest
company making
channel.
all these unlicensed games for the NES, like Captain
11 years.
Comics, Secret
Bible Games
Scout,
2,
Raid
yep.
2020. Maybe I'll review that in the year 2020.
yeah, here we go. It's fucking year 2020. I know, it's crazy. It better be fucking good. What the fuck? Sound like Atari sound effects. What the
This is what we all been waiting for.
12 fucking years for this? Or 11 years, I guess. Oh boy. Interesting Angry Video Game Nerd theme music. I want him to bring back the original. Not that this is bad, but I want the original. I want nostalgicness. Yeah, the music's alright, but I want the nostalgicness of it, because it is a special
Well,
episode.
I hope you didn't expect much.
Oh, you can see his tattoo.
Because it was a throwaway
The
line.
dragon tattoo.
You know, the year 2020, I'll be reviewing Raid 2020.
Everyone
I
laughed.
wish I didn't say that. It was
I
like
know.
pissing up a drainage pipe. It all comes back to you.
You put yourself into
I
this
figured
situation.
That's a long time. I mean, who knows if I'll even still be alive or the Earth would even exist anymore? But here we are. So what am I going to do? Bail out? I mean, I could. It was just a hypothetical quote. Wasn't legally signed and
costumes
notarized.
changed.
I said
Is it
maybe
meant to be
I'll review
futuristic?
it. Like maybe if I do, we can all shut the fuck up about it. It was one of those unlicensed baby blue cartridges made by Color Dreams, which I already talked about, or I think I talked about it. Did I? Oh, really? I'm asking, did I? Because it was a long time ago. I can't remember shit now. So, what the hell? Good stories are worth retelling. Basically, Color Dreams was making unlicensed NES games, much to the ire of Nintendo, and Nintendo decided if they weren't making money off of these pieces of shit, then nobody else should. Executives from Nintendo then contacted all retailers who were selling Color Dreams games and demanded they stop or their supply of real NES games would be cut off. Yeah, imagine a game store that didn't have any Mario game, but it had Castle of Deceit and Deathbots and Menace Beach and all that shit. And
Nintendo
back then,
sues everybody.
Retailers couldn't
Jesus.
afford to be cut off by Nintendo, so they just had to say, hey, sorry, Color Dreams, you're going to have to fuck off. And then Color Dreams, without anywhere to sell their games, thought, what would Jesus do?
What would
so Color
Jesus
Dreams
do?
rebranded to Wisdom Tree, or more like
You would play this
stupid-ass
fucking game
piece of
for
shit
once.
Tree, and sold their games in Christian bookstores, which weren't selling video games to begin with. They were selling Christian books. On top of this, they figured Nintendo wouldn't go after Christian bookstores, or else they'd suffer the wrath of God. Because if there's one person Nintendo knew they couldn't tangle with, it was Jesus fucking Christ. And as you know, they switched over to making Bible games. And even before that, they already had the market cornered with shitty, unlicensed, mediocre garbage that Nintendo wanted nothing to do with. And that's how we have
Why is he
Raid
wearing a
2020.
watch and a...
Honestly,
all
the
that? Is it supposed to be
cyberpunk cover art
futuristic?
looks pretty cool with that Blade Runner vibe.
Normally he wears...
Blade Runner took place in 2019. So was Raid 2020 trying to be a bootleg sequel or something? Probably not, since the working title of the game was Drug Tsar.
Yo,
Drug
Jesus.
Tsar.
I like
Drug
this already.
Tsar.
Drugs.
Well,
I love
on with
it.
the game. Let's play Drug Tsar
My favorites.
2020. Now that's a title screen. You got an Uzi machine gun
Oh,
and a
yeah.
bottle of moose pills or
Moose
something,
pills,
and
oh.
I think those are lines of
Drug pills.
cocaine.
Oh,
I
sweet
like this
baby
here.
Jesus.
Winners fight drugs. Like it's not enough to say no to drugs. That's pussy
Say
shit.
yes to drugs.
In the year 2020,
Say-
if
no,
you want to be a
don't.
winner, you gotta
I'm
actually
kidding.
fight
Don't
drugs.
sue.
Yeah, that's one hell of a thought. Could you imagine fighting drugs, literally? Just getting a big sack of drugs and just punching the shit out of it Rocky Balboa style? Yeah, speed bag with actual speed.
That'd be totally awesome.
All right, I'm going to start this filth up again for you. But first, let's take in this moment.
All
I'm
right.
playing Raid 2020 in the year 2020.
Oh, that's epic.
AD 2020, a plague of... By the way, I had to do a freeze frame here because it flashes by so quickly you'll never
Whoa,
have time to
I
read it.
couldn't even read all.
Narcotics transcending the bounds of race, economy, and time have put a stranglehold on America. Wait, what the fuck? Transcending time?
What?
The drugs are transcending time? What, like they're coming from the future? You're going into the future to get the
How?
drugs?
What
Or
the
the
drugs?
people from the future are traveling back to sell them? I mean, I don't know what, but if you had the capability of
Time-traveling
time
drugs?
travel, you got to be really doped up if the first thought on your mind is getting more drugs.
Yeah, why
So you
not
play as a
gold
drug
bars?
enforcement guy or a
Something, what?
detective or
Well, drugs are
private,
good.
whatever. But he looks more shady
I'll do
than
the same
any of
if
the
I had
enemies
the
you gun down.
ability to
He's
go
like a
into the
criminal from a
future.
cartoon. He looks like the dude on the neighborhood watch sign. And his name is Shadow. Ooh, Shadow. My first major complaint is that the B and A buttons are switched, with B for jump and A for attack. But I'm beginning to think that's actually more common now, meaning actual good games are less standard than this mountain of turkey turds.
Ugh, graphics
Now
are
speaking
bad.
of turds, it's not that common when a game that shit actually has shit in it. The birds fire feces all over the place. And what's really great, the thing I absolutely love, is that you can shoot the shit.
I
Whoa.
never played this game in any year other than 2020, but I couldn't imagine this in the 80s, going into school and telling my friends I was just playing this Nintendo game where I shot up a bunch of mutant bird turds. But the real
Yes.
funny thing, and what this game might be alluding to, is that there actually was a sport in the 60s and 70s, mostly in Eastern Europe and South Africa, which was actually shooting bird turds, because it was like a high-level skill. It was one thing to shoot a bird, but to time it right when the turds are dropping from its foul anus. Actually, nobody does that. I'm just kidding.
Maybe
Okay, where was I?
Maybe it's
Oh,
cocaine.
the
Maybe
game.
they're pooping
The
cocaine.
objective is simple.
Someone put
You
cocaine
kill
up the
drug
bird's butt.
dealers. Tons of them, all kinds.
Just a guess.
Some are tall, some are short, some are sad, some are glad, and some are very, very bad. Why are they sad and glad and bad? I do not know. Go ask your dad. You even have
That rhymes,
cyborg
isn't it?
drug dealers. Now, I'm willing to accept the idea of fighting drug-dealing cyborgs, but what's with the birds, bats, and bugs? Is nature attacking too? Just for the hell of it?
That's what drugs
Are the
does to
animals
nature.
all high on drugs?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on
That's
here?
what
Are
I'm
the
thinking.
birds bad guys? Is that why they're wearing eye masks like the Hamburglar? And there's poop-splattered anuses on the floor, and if you step on them, you're dead instantly. And yeah, I looked them up in the instruction manual, and that's what they're called. Poop-splattered anuses. Yeah, I know you're not
Wow.
going to trust anything I say,
That's-
but if you believe one thing, it's that this game is garbage. It's shit packed to the most dense capacity. Revolting controls, putrid piss graphics, vomitous audio, baffling glitches, made from the imagination of a stink bug, and above all, it's repetitive. You just gun down everything in sight for
I don't
hours
like that green.
and
It's
hours.
just putrid.
Man, this guy has such a high body count. He's a flat-out serial killer. I mean, I know he's a cop taking down bad guys, but what was the crime again? Drugs? Well, I mean, I get the game is anti-drugs, and sure, drugs are bad, but what's the punishment? Murder?
Murder. Yeah,
It's
death
basically a
sentence.
crap version of the arcade game Narc, where you shoot the fuck out of drug dealers. Well,
well.
Narc was already made into a crappy NES game. So this game is a shittier version of the shitty version of Narc. For a game about going on a shooting spree, your gun is almost useless. Your bullet disappears if you fire another one too soon, so you can't hit the button rapidly, or else your bullets won't go anywhere. It's kind of like taking a shit on an escalator. You watch that log of dookie go up, 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 up until it's gone, and then it just comes back again with a whole new... And it's not like that at all. So.
Yeah, no.
Every now and
I
then you
wasn't
go
thinking
through a
so.
door and slip into this alternate side level where you have to hop across what looks like these wooden support beams for piers. You wouldn't think these things would be such a nuisance, but try jumping across them and you get
Oh,
that
God.
choppy perception, that special shitty slippery feeling you get
the
when
fucking
playing
slippery
garbage
banana
good NES
controls.
games. And where the hell am I supposed to be anyway? Looks like the training stage from Karate Kid.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh, look,
thinking.
there
Yeah,
he
it
is.
does.
Oh, fuck!
That wasn't in the game.
Back to the main part of the stage. Moving around sucks. You think pressing up or down would make you go up or down, but instead you move diagonally. They had to get fancy with it. I think a 3D perspective was a little too ambitious for a game that can't even get B and A right. Sometimes I'll try to go in a door and accidentally step on a mine, and other times I'll want to get away from a door and get stuck going in and out. It requires a level of precision this game doesn't deserve. The whacked out perspective only gets fuckier when you get the jetpack, which
Yeah,
can only
this
be
game
found
looks
in the left
frustrating.
door. Don't even try to enter the right door. All it does
Why?
is send you to the left door without the jetpack on. Please,
What's the point
tell me
of
if that
that?
makes any sense, because I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind
It's
here.
like the
But
Twilight
anyway,
Zone
this
door, another
jetpack
dimension?
is the best thing this
What the
game has to
fuck?
offer. Now you can just fly over half the level and access items that you couldn't reach. There's boots all over the place, and I have no idea what they do. I thought they'd let you walk over the poop-splattered anuses, but sometimes it works, and other
Poop-splattered
times you
anuses.
get blown the fuck up.
I got blowed up.
There's also upgrades for your gun, but the projectiles just dance around the enemies like in Fester's Quest, especially the one that fires in a circle.
Oh,
How
fuck.
is that supposed to hit anything?
I've played
Like, look
Fester's
at this
Quest.
shit.
It's
I can't even kill
dick.
this crow. Maybe the bullets are made of crows. When you beat the level, it says, "Good job, Shadow. Drug trafficking activity has decreased, but the pier is still infested with dealers. Go save our pier?" Wow.
You've just killed
So we're not
everybody in
fucking around
sight.
here.
Jesus.
We really have to kill every single person we see.
Yeah, this is...
Damn.
Damn, this
So
is
let's go
extreme.
back through
This
the
is
level
fucking
and
genocide.
gun down every last degenerate fuck. Dead, 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 dead.
Not only killing
Okay,
guys, you're killing
like killing
nature.
all fucking people? I don't see anyone else.
Maybe
so
it's the
I
birds. Oh,
exit the level again, and...
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck? Who did I miss? All that's
The
left
animals?
are the bugs, birds,
Bees?
and bats. Are they all drug dealers too?
What?
Wow. What a bleak future Color Dreams painted for the year 2020. The drug epidemic's gotten so bad that even the local wildlife is trying to get you high.
Yeah.
Could you imagine walking through the park and a pigeon's trying to get you hooked on heroin?
I love it. It's my sort of future.
I figured it out, and you're not going to
Just
believe
get
this.
Dotsu.
Extra enemies will respawn when you hit the select button. Yeah, when you bring up the menu and then come back out of the menu, there'll be certain enemies there that weren't there before. So you have to go back through every room, hitting the select button to make them all show up. Yeah, I walked through this level like 5 times, and there was only one enemy left to kill.
It's like Power Rangers.
Well, damn. You think maybe we could have let that one guy live? I mean, after all, he was hiding in a room after you just laid waste to everything on the pier.
Yeah, and all his friends.
After witnessing the death of all
His
his
colleagues
drug-dealing
and-
friends, don't you think maybe he'll change his ways?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
In the year
That's probably all his
2020,
friends.
Winners fight drugs. Alright, so I killed the last guy, and finally, I'm off to the second level. It starts up and whoa! I'm on a
Whoa.
boat now?
What the
well,
hell?
at least the game has some variety. There's a tiny helicopter face fucking me. I'm stuck in between an alligator with whiskers and a coked up killer
Alligator
whale.
with whiskers.
This is quite a scene. It's drug-fueled madness where you can't touch
I like
anything.
this game, actually. I'm
Rocks
starting
kill
to
you in
slowly
one
like
hit,
it.
turrets shoot in every direction, helicopters slam into you, orcas are swimming
like an
everywhere, and of course,
crazy-
logs of shabby-looking chocolate bars
Crazy drug
that
trip.
fell in the toilet next to a log of shit. You can upgrade your weapon here, but now you move at half the speed, so you're not doing much to help yourself, like blowing your nose into a tissue that you just used to wipe your asshole. You just gotta destroy all the helicopters, and now we're ready to move on to level 3. You know, so far, for a game that takes place in the year 2020, it seems fairly accurate. I mean, there's no flying cars or futuristic shit, just piers, boats, seagulls that attack, exaggerated but still set in a normal world. So, unlike Street Fighter 2010, I think Color Dreams actually got the time period correct. Oh boy! Holy shit! It's the
Whoa.
space city of Technopolis,
It's a space
populated
age.
with robots, flying saucers,
that-
blue worms, electric
this
snowballs, guys with
muzzle?
faces impaled with bazookas. Yeah, that's the style in
The
2020.
moon? What the
And you
hell?
can turn into a spaceship shooting sonic booms or a motorcycle. Now,
What?
this is the future I was expecting.
Yeah,
then you get a
but
message
still.
saying to destroy the drug satellite, and then wait, drug satellite? Drug satellite.
What the fuck is a drug satellite?
Wow. Now my mind's blown. They're
Transmitting
actually
drugs.
broadcasting the drugs via satellite. Oh, well, it is the year 2020. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
now they're actually doing that. I mean, that's how I feel playing this. Like I'm going insane. Whoa, what now? The game turned into Action 52.
Oh, fuck
Oh
me.
my god. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just mashing buttons hoping I'm hitting shit.
Oh, those graphics are terrible.
Next stage is back to normal. Running around the laundry room fighting giant mice. Yeah, that's normal for this game. Sadly, though, I died and ran out of continues. I'm sorry, but I'm
Maybe
not
that's a
playing that boat
blessing.
level or getting gangbanged by the drug satellite and its blue balls another 50 times. So I'm going to use a level skip code.
Yeah, go with it.
And this code, you're not going to believe how you do it. I mean, seriously, you are going to think I am making it up.
What, you
but I
gotta type in
promise
free
you, for real,
cocaine? What
this
is
is
it?
actually how you do the code.
Oh, God,
You
what?
need to plug in the second controller.
What?
Why you have to plug in the second controller to enter a code for a one-player game is beyond me. So on controller 1, you hold up and A, and on controller 2, you hold up. Have fun with that. Then
What the
you let go on the first controller and hit the B button, and then hold B to hit select. Keeping in mind, you don't just hold B, it's a tap and a hold. I guess they figured they fucked up the game so bad, they might as well make the code something so
can't even
secret that
fucking
no one
remember
will
that.
ever guess how it's done. Well, I would have never guessed that.
No.
So mission accomplished.
That's like a...
And that's not all. You have to do it
That would be
during
impossible to
gameplay.
know without a cheat
Not at
book.
the title screen, not while paused. It's the only code I know of that's this complicated and that you also have to do while fending off enemies. Imagine if you're trying to do the Contra code, but you had to plug in an NES 4 score and 4 controllers.
Fuck
On controller 1,
that.
you hit up, up. On controller 2, down, down. On controller 3, left, right. And on controller 4, hit B, A, start.
No.
What was Color Dreams thinking? I bet nuclear launch codes aren't as complicated
They
as
weren't
this.
thinking, they were
So
drunks.
back to the shit show. I'm getting shot at
Okay.
from all angles. There's robots, turrets, and mines all over the place. The goal is to destroy the villain Pitbull's computers, and it's one of those where the fuck do you go kind of stages. I ran all around, but every door brought me back to the beginning. Then I found out by accident that you have to go into this black rectangle next to the doors to get to the top.
How would you sort of...
You know, I don't even question anymore. At this point, I've seen almost everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and these
This is
rectangles
just-
are everywhere, but it's only this specific one that actually does anything.
I don't get that.
And just to think, I found it by accident, by missing the door that I thought I was trying to get into. You know, it's like with this game, the only way to beat it is to fuck up your way into winning. So you walk along the rafters, killing the giant mice and evil motherfucking molecules, until you get to
Mice,
this
I
green
thought they're
thing
rats.
that's apparently the computer card. But what's next? Well, then you drop down and enter the door. Now remember, you got to enter the right door, the correct door, not the right one, because that sends you back. You got to go to the left door, which leads to a
Not to be
red cave,
confused.
and here you fight spiders
Ooh,
and bats.
it's like
of
Mi-
course,
Mrs.
there's
Mickey's
also
Mouse
drug dealers,
fucking
both human and
costume.
robots.
Jesus
Then you have
Christ.
to take a
Red,
wild
white,
guess and press
polka dot
down on one of
bikini.
these circles
Jesus.
so you can enter,
Oh,
like Mario
oh,
going
my
down a pipe.
eyes.
And this is the only place in the game with these pits. So, seriously, how are you supposed to know that without blind guessing? Also, you need to enter a specific pit, the third one. All the others just lead back to the beginning. The third pit leads to a cave filled with spiders and 2 more pits.
Fucking spiders
Luckily,
kill you?
this time
What, they
I got
poisonous?
the correct one on my first try. This leads you to a room with a dealer and 3 possible ways out. The sides just lead back out again,
No.
but the pit leads you to an identical room. You go in the pit again, and you find the room with the key. To get the key, you need to kill this giant fucking ant.
Now
If
that-
you don't have the
that
gun
makes sense,
upgrade,
giant
this
ants,
thing is a
but not a
pain.
small
You have to
spider.
run past it, and then stand on the drug dealer's head and jump up and down to shoot the ant.
Wow.
How fucked up on drugs is this dealer to let a cop jump on his head repeatedly?
Drugs
Just
could do
imagine
that
this
to you
scene.
kids.
A cop jumping off a drug dealer's head to shoot a giant ant. And this game is anti-drugs? Well, the developers had to be on something.
This is
So when
an
you kill the ant,
anti-drugs
make
TV
sure you
commercial.
don't kill the dealer
It's just
until you
fucking
get the
trippy.
key. Otherwise, you can't make the jump and have to do the caves again. After getting the key, you just walk back to this door and enter Pitbull's lair. So here we go, the final confrontation. He's a green guy dressed like Michael Jackson in Thriller, I guess. He has absolutely no recognizable pattern. He just walks up swinging drumsticks and fucks you to death while constantly farting. Yeah, I mean, listen to it. Listen. It's a fart.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a...
I mean, you could probably get high off his farts. His farts are basically
Sounds like a
the
zipper
ghosts of the
someone's
drugs
zipping.
he's taken. It's worse than the drug satellite, and I can't believe I just made that sentence. You have to keep firing at him and hope it hits. This fight alone, with all the times I died, took almost as long to beat as the entire game. But with a
Damn.
lot of luck and a lack of anything else better to do, I was able to beat Pitbull and destroy his command center.
Nice.
Thank fuck.
God, that game was
Congratulations,
trippy.
Shadow. You have overcome treacherous obstacles and destroyed Pitbull's evil drug empire. Your success will carry us into new height in our fight against drugs. Remember, winners need no drugs. And with that, it's over.
Every
I hope
winner's been on
Wong
drugs.
and Burke are happy with themselves. At least the game
Every
is trying
famous
to push a positive
musician and
message
movie
to keep
director has
kids
been
away
on
from
drugs, so-
But if anything, it probably made people want to do drugs.
Yeah.
It would have helped if the game was actually
played
any
this,
good.
I'd fucking do
You know,
drugs.
like Mario 3. Imagine if Mario 3 had an anti-drug message. That might have
no.
worked. But with this, I feel like I need something. Like maybe some Tylenol at least.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm glad that Raid 2020 is finally done and over with now. I mean, it became sort of like an inside joke.
Yeah.
Inside where exactly, you know. But there exist more games out there with future dates that my future self might have to deal with.
Oh god.
Maybe I'll play Phantom 2040 in the year 2040, or Rush 2049 in the year 2049.
Damn.
Then it's only a couple decades until Cyberball 2070, and if the new game Cyberpunk 2077 sucks, I can play that in 2077. But then, in all honesty, I might have the perfect excuse not to, because I'll be 97 or dead.
Yeah,
But then
you're
in
right.
2084, after my body is replaced by a T-800 endoskeleton with human skin, I can
That's
review
possible.
Robotron 2084, or Robot Ron if you prefer. In 2142, I'll upload my consciousness into the cloud, transcending physical existence and becoming everything and nothing so I can review Battlefield 2142. I'm glad that one's not for a while. In the year 3000, I'll play SimCity 3000 for the remaining humans after my self-aware mechanical herd of nerds wipes out the majority of the human population.
Glasses.
Then, the machines will make a time displacement device and send me back to the years I wasn't reviewing games and review those also. I'll play every Madden in the year they came out. Madden 94, Madden 95, Madden 96.
Too many Madden games.
And once I get through all the Madden games, I'll go back to the year 64 and do Mario 64,
That's
Pilot
alright.
64, and all
I
the
love all that
N64
stuff.
games with
Pilot
64 in the title. And then, just in case you thought it was 1964, I'll go to the year 1964 and do them all over again. Speaking of which, no one will know the difference because they've never seen a video game. In fact, they'd be so impressed with it, it would be like some kind of technological miracle. Who is this weird robot guy who came from the future and brought electronic video TV games? Then I decide, well, maybe I should have starred them with Atari 2600 because that would be simpler rather than making somebody play a 3D game who's never seen or heard of a video game. But then I figure, well, why not go to the year 2600 to play Atari 2600 and then to the year 7800 for
Still
Atari
talking. He's
7800?
getting quieter and quieter.
That's a long time from now, and I don't even think video games exist anymore. Or the complete opposite. I play Atari
I heard him flip a
Jaguar
piece of
in
paper.
the year Jaguar because now Apple's
I can hear
naming
him-
all of them.
I can hear him
Because
messing with
numbers
paper.
actually ran out by now, and everything else is going on. Poopity poopity turd, fuck, and shit sauce, and
Nah.
what were they thinking?
What were they thinking? That was good. Really hard to hear at the end, but the last thing I heard was what were they thinking? Yeah, what were they thinking when they made Raid 2020 for the Nintendo Entertainment System? But to be honest with you guys, this game didn't look that bad compared to all the Angry Video Game Nerd episodes I've seen, all the video games he's played. I mean, this is episode 176. So, yeah, we've gone through a lot of episodes. We've seen a lot of bad games. And thankfully, this isn't worse. This isn't really that bad. This is just bad, game design, just a cash-in grab, just a generic copy-paste, cookie-cutter, sort of clashy game. So yeah, I'm not as shocked as I thought. I thought it was going to be absolutely god-awful terrible, but it was okay actually, because it sort of reminded me like Wally and the No Bear Gang or whatever the hell that game was called. I can't remember. Was it Wally and the No Bear Gang or something? It was like an anti-drug, don't do drugs video game. I can't remember, but I remember that something called that. But yeah, that was crazy. And this is Raid 2020, so it's very fascinating. Because I didn't know the year 2020 was going to look like this in their vision. I mean, back then when they created this is what they thought 2020 would be. Cocaine, drugs, and birds, and everyone's a drug dealer, robots in the future going back to the past, sort of, trying to bring drugs back. It's just weird. And a drug satellite, what the hell is that? Drugs being subliminally messaged into your brain, like constantly reminding you to do drugs or don't do drugs. Maybe this game has a deeper meaning if we analyze all the characters, the images and colors, maybe all the birds. Maybe it's expressing itself. Maybe it's got a deeper message. Maybe this is a really great game. Maybe this game just sucks. Yeah, this game just sucks. But yeah, maybe I'm reading too deep into it. I have no choice. I've got to read deeper into it because I have to have some form of explanation. What the hell were they thinking? But to be honest with you, this game was pretty alright. It was bad, but it was alright compared to all the other games. So it was an acid trip. It was very strange, very crazy. But overall, it looked like a respectable game. Bad game, but a respectable bad game. I've seen worse. I think we've all seen absolutely much worse. This is acceptable bad game. There's much more worse out there. This is a happy compromise. But yeah, hopefully the Angry Video Game Nerd, James, gets to make a lot of more Angry Video Game Nerd episodes. I can't wait all the way to the year 2020 or 2040, 2040, or however the hell you pronounce that year, Jesus. But yeah, also I just want to know, that it was very strange to see him with a new nerd t-shirt. It was like all buttons on it, and he was sort of showing his tattoo, his dragon sort of tattoo on his shoulder, and his pens. He had like 3 pens. And he was wearing a watch, I don't have a watch. Just imagine there's an invisible watch on my hand, well, wrist. That was a bit strange. I don't think I've ever seen him do that. I've seen his tattoo before, but I've never seen him like completely display it before, and just not sort of care in that way. So this was a bit of a strange episode. I don't know if he did that on purpose. I don't know if he was trying to be futuristic. I don't know if he was trying to be like, hey, look, this is the future. It's got to be 2020. So he was just joking. Hopefully he goes back to his original costume. I know I'm just nitpicking here. I'm thinking, Charlie, who cares? It's just a costume. It's just, but I don't know. You know, after seeing the nerd, wear that white sort of baggy t-shirt, I just want to see him stick with it. You know, have like 3 pens, a pencil, or a calculator. You know, not just stick 3 little pens and you wear the watch futuristic. I sort of don't like that. It sort of crashes the image. I'm just sort of the old sort of nerd guy. I don't know. I just like the old sort of nerd style. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you can adapt to change. Maybe he's gonna wear that in the future. But yeah, like I said, I'm just being nitpicky. But for me, that was a bit strange. Hopefully he doesn't wear that in the next episode, because that was kind of it was kind of distracting. I was thinking, oh, please don't let that be your new costume. Please don't be wearing that in your next episode. Because I didn't like the pens and the little button t-shirt and everything. I don't know. It's just me. It's just me. Yeah. Other than that, great episode. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.